on, everybody? Little late night live stream on Twitch and the second channel. Seeing if anybody is up this late, wants to hop on, talk fantasy news, and maybe answer some of your fantasy questions. It's not a toy, okay? It's not a toy. What's going on, fam? We have one person in here. What's up? Just doing a late night live stream, seeing if anybody has any fantasy questions. I'm probably going to go over some news here in a few minutes, seeing if anybody wants to join. Is Jeff Wilson and OBJ good pickups? I think OBJ's a better pickup than Jeff Wilson. You're dealing with a messy Niners situation where Eli Mitchell should be the RB1. I think Eli Mitchell is very similar to Raheem Mostert and James Robinson. So I don't really see a reason why Jeff Wilson will overtake that role. And in my Discord, we're talking about, will he even take over Jermichael Hasty's role, or would he surpass him on the running back totem pole? And I think he might, or at least carve out a role. But I think Eli Mitchell's the man. And I think Jeff Wilson would probably need Eli Mitchell to get hurt or something to be significant. So it's not that bad. I mean, he is a running back on a Niners team that might be improving a little bit. Probably not, but we've seen them play a lot better against the Bears. Bears are not too good this year. I think that OBJ is the move. I think that a team's going to pick him up off waivers. If not, then free agency, right? He could take a pay cut, go to a team right away. So I think OBJ is going to get picked up. A lot of teams need a starting wide receiver, right? Because OBJ, he's a starter day one. He's either going to be your number 2 or possibly number 1 wide receiver, right? He'd be the number 1 wide receiver on the Lions. He'd be a number 2 wide receiver on the Steelers. Yeah, he'd be probably number 2 wide receiver on the Chiefs. He'd be a starter on the Patriots for sure. Number 1 and number 2 wide receiver on the Patriots easily. Number 1, number 2 on the Saints easily. Right, so a lot of teams could use him. Jaguars, I don't really see that. More of a win now team. Just got a question on Patreon. Mooney or Van Jefferson? I think I'm going to go Van Jefferson here. Mooney or Van Jefferson? Do I start Tony over AJ Brown since he's playing against Ramsey? Nah, you want to start AJ Brown. Must have a pretty good team to bench Kadarius Tony. Because Kadarius Tony's a high-end wide receiver too, right around there, mid high-end wide receiver too, I'd say. With all the injuries and questionable and unlucky events happening to the New York Giants. Do you prefer firm, crunchy chocolate chip cookies or soft, oozy scones? In between, but more crunchy. As long as it's not dry. That's the thing. I like it more crunchy, but not dry. So about medium, right? Definitely don't want like soggy, like almost raw. I don't. That's disgusting. What's up, Richard? Should I flex Javante, Bateman, Claypool, or Toomey? Now, Toomey, I don't know if that's Mooney or Tony. I don't think there's anybody named Toomey. This is your chance to correct that last name. But as of now, let's bench Bateman. Let's probably start Javante if it's Tony. Okay. All right. So let's bench Bateman. All right. We did that. Next step is Claypool versus Kadarius Tony. All right. So Kadarius Tony over Claypool. So it's between Kadarius and Javante Williams. One I think is obviously a risky one. That's Javante. And then um yeah, we'll go Kadarius here. It's pretty close, but we'll go Kadarius. I mean, assume it's half PPR, PPR. If it's non PPR, I guess we'd say Javante. So let's go with Kadarius here. What do you think of trading away CMC, Goddard, and Gibson? So right away when I read this, I'm like, all right, so you're packaging some way to get rid of Antonio Gibson, one of my guys that I like this year. For Cordero Patterson, Kyle Pitts, and Eckler. I would say this is a win. CMC got hurt last year, came back, got hurt, missed the rest of the year. And, we're at the same exact scenario. He's hurt. He's going to come. He's out and he's coming back. And, we're kind of sick of the cycle. This is a great way to get rid of Gibson. And you're getting three guys that are relatively young and relatively healthy, less usage. No team really used Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts. He's only played a handful of games, and Eckler's doesn't have a lot of usage either. So I'd say, yeah, I think this is a very creative trade. It's very scary when you're trading away a guy like CMC. So you got to be careful, right? You don't want that instant regret. But I like the side with Patterson, Pitts, and Eckler. I like this question. I think this is a huge blockbuster trade, very creative. So I appreciate you for bringing quite the trade question in here. It's not a normal caliber trade here. We're talking CMC, we're talking Goddard, we're talking Patterson, we're talking Eckler. I guess the only thing I hate about it, I don't hate it, but if I had to nitpick, is that you're getting two Falcons players. If you have more than two Falcons players, I probably wouldn't do this trade. So that's the max quota. I have three Falcons players on one team. I don't know how that happened. One of them is Calvin Ridley. It's just, oh man, that team's just killing me. Oh, it's so sad. Fantasy's so sad this year. Is CMC and Michael Carter for Aaron Jones and Hendo good? I get Aaron's side. I don't know about this one, dude. You get 2 good running backs, and you give away 1 great one and 1 okay one. I don't know. My gut says to stick with CMC. Bro, I think you can answer this question yourself. Does a Hall of Fame quarterback being replaced by a scrub affect, one of the best quarterback wide receiver chemistries and duos we've ever seen in the history of the NFL? I think you can answer that yourself, man. Of course it affects him. It doesn't mean you're going to bench Devontae Adams. He's still a wide receiver 1. But, I mean, come on, dude. Like, seriously. It's Aaron Rodgers we're talking about, right? And Jordan Love. We've seen Aaron Rodgers miss games in the past. It always sucks. The Packers always fall apart. Not saying they can't do anything this one week. Maybe they upset. Maybe something happens. I'm just saying, as far as downgrading Devontae Adams, yes, you downgrade him. Oh, we have a lot of people tuning in now. Start 2, non-PPR. Kadarius Toney, Cordero Patterson, Eli Mitchell. Eli Mitchell's got to play. First of all, he's questionable. I think he plays. That's a tough one. Since it's non-PPR, let's start Eli Mitchell. That is settled. Then we have Kadarius versus Patterson. I think that is the key here. Kadarius Toney, he can get you about 8 targets. Cordell Patterson gets you about 5, 6 targets. Let's go with Cordell Patterson and Eli Mitchell. Final answer. That was a tough one. And it is non-PPR. Honestly, I haven't got a non-PPR question in several weeks. I just noticed that now. I could have, but no one specified it. No one said non-PPR. It's been a while since I heard non-PPR. That's right. Late lies. I'm about to read your news. Couch newsman Smooth's in the building. I'm about to read your news. I honestly thought 0 people would tune in, but people just started tuning in right now. We already read that. Hey, man, what do you think about trading Hawkinson for DJ Moore? I have Knox on the bench. No. Nah. Have you seen the Panthers? You think Debo plays this week? I am overly optimistic. I'm hoping he plays. I also know that this injury is no joke. It can linger. It's one of those things that you should rest. I don't know, man. My gut says he's gonna play. My gut says the Niners are gonna win. Eli Mitchell, he's probably gonna play. So that's more factual, right? It's more based on evidence. He's trending towards playing. George Kittle, pretty much for sure, he's gonna play. Pretty much guaranteed. Debo, to me, is more like 50-50. My gut says he plays. But calf injury, very worrisome. I don't know. I'm hoping he plays. Really am. I have an early first this year. I don't know what that you mean next year. And a late first. I need wide receiver. My only QBs are Herbert and Watson. I'm thinking to hit wide receiver this year, then hope for Watson's return, and if not, grab a QB in 23. All right, this is a complicated question. Obviously, dynasty, but you're not telling me if this is super flex. I haven't studied too much on the class. I'm not a dynasty expert. I just do laser focus enough for my drafts and to come out with content as need be. But we will be coming out with more dynasty content on this channel here, so stay tuned. Um, as far, I mean, I can still answer this question. I just want to, be transparent. So as far as this situation, you have Deshaun Watson now. I mean, Deshaun Watson could possibly go to prison. Deshaun Watson, I mean, it's really, he didn't even get traded. That's first of all, that's kind of like strike one. Let's say there's 3 strikes. That's strike one. He didn't get traded this year. You don't want him, like, he's rostered on the Texans team still. That's not like, it's just, that's not a good sign. It is super flex. Well, I mean, you need more quarterbacks, dude. Cause yeah, this Deshaun Watson thing happened, but this is one thing I learned from Superflex Dynasty. Don't take your quarterbacks for granted. Don't expect the 21st, the 24th best quarterback in the league to be your dynasty quarterback, for 10 years. Look at Andrew Luck, who's not top 25. He was like a top 10, top 5 quarterback, elite. Okay, look what happened to him. I drafted Jimmy G. I drafted Gardner Minshew. They're like, they have no value anymore. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, one day Jameis looks like a flyer, one day it looks like a great pick, and the next day it looks terrible. So you never want to really draft a lot of quarterbacks in your rookie drafts. But sometimes you might have to, or you might have to make a trade. I think if you can finagle a trade, it's going to take a lot of work. That's the best way to get your quarterbacks. That way you can just concentrate on getting wide receivers. Because believe it or not, people don't think that far ahead, right? Because you're working on a strategy. What's going to work for me? I want to draft. That's my goal. I want to draft wide receivers this year, 2022 class, which is a good strategy. There's some wide receivers, right? So, okay, that's my strategy. How do I get there? Well, one way not to get there is not to reach for quarterbacks and rookie drafts like everyone else. So I'm going to trade away my running backs. I might trade away my quarterback to get 2 quarterbacks. I don't know. Find a way maybe to get your quarterback situation and then go draft wide receiver. Something like that. That's what you want. You want a goal number 1. So you want a plan A, and then you want goal number 2 or plan B, right? So what's my goal? How do I achieve it? What's my backup goal? I think that's the way you want to approach it. So I just took what you said. I took a huge step back and gave some advice, and hopefully that made sense, and hopefully that's going to help you. Unfortunately, I'm a huge Slim Reaper fan. Unfortunately, I was wrong on him. I got a long list of excuses, but at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback for him. I think that's the main reason. And no, I don't think he's a buy low. I can't push this stock anymore. I can't push this narrative anymore. I can't. I just can't tell you, man, like to go get him. And maybe we see Gardner Minshew for a game or 2 this year, and maybe that helps. But as of right now, I can't really push him. Now, to be technical, a buy low. Now, if we're talking about one of those stupid sales just to sell, 10% off. But if we're talking about a full out clearance, which, Devontae Smith, not everyone liked him as much as me, right? Some people's like, oh, he's, available in round 9, round 10. I guess I'll take him. And if they did and they don't like him, maybe you can get him off the clearance rack for 80% off. 90% off, 70% off, then swipe that credit card, baby, and buy low. I like that. If you can get them for free, why not? If you can trade away your wide receiver 6 or, David Johnson, maybe. I don't know, something like that. That would be cool. Let's face it, you're not going to start David Johnson that 1 week where he puts up 13 fantasy points. Like, that's his ceiling. Flex Beasley or Tony. I think we're going to go with Kadarius Tony here. I'm a Beasley fan. We'll go Kadarius Tony for sure. A lot more upside, I feel like. Mixon or Patterson rest of season. I have to stick with Mixon, traditional running back. Here, let's go Joe Mixon. But man, just goes to show you how freaking good Cordell Patterson is, making you think about a RB1, huh? Yeah, Cordell Patterson's good. I like Mixon more. Does Allen Robinson still have good value to trade, or is it too late? It's too late. But if you have him, I mean, he's droppable, so might as well try and trade him. I know I tried. I have him in one league. Yeah, only one league. Thank God. And nope, nobody wanted him. What's up, LeVar? Oh God, that is such a dumb name. It's so funny. Oh, bro, that's a good one. It's really stupid. That's why it's good. It's really silly, and that's why it's good. Rams defense improved not that this trade because I picked up the Rams D. I think that I'm going to just keep them my D. Yes. If you got the Rams D, this even improves Matt Gay. This even improves Henderson and Sony Michel. So it's like they're great because it's not just like, oh, you get Von Miller, a little bit past his prime, still a very good player. It's not just that. I mean, it just affects the whole rotation, right? So the number 4 defensive lineman becomes the number 5 defensive lineman, right? The number 3, honestly, don't know. I feel like they play a 4-3, but I'm not sure. Let's look that up. List of teams that play 3-4, 4-3. I don't know. I feel like a 4-3. Anybody know if the Rams played 4-3 or 3-4? It doesn't really matter, but I'm curious. We're not. I don't have a list. That's crazy. We can't Google it. What NFL teams play 3-4 defense as of 2020? All right, I found a website. All right, this is not telling me anything. All right, who cares? Whatever. Yeah, so Rams defense is already pretty elite, fairly elite. You could call them elite or great or really good. And then they get Von Miller and they get even better. So yeah, it's going to be one of those defenses that you don't have to stream anymore. There's very few defenses like that, right? That you don't have to stream. I think we're talking maybe Steelers, maybe Saints, Colts. Would have been the Niners if Verrett didn't get hurt. But yeah, you can just roll with them. All the QVs suck though this year. Like as prospects, they aren't great. Oh, 2022. Yeah. Swift or Mixon rest of season? I think Swift. I think Swift. Maybe might say Mixon if it's non PPR. I'm thinking Swift here. Let's go. Let's go with Swift. Start Hyde if J Rob is out or Connor. I've seen this question. I think I said Connor. I don't know why though. Must have had a reason. So Connor plays later. And Hyde plays earlier. I guess we'll start. I don't know, whatever I said. Start Hyde if J Rob is out. Otherwise start Connor. Yeah, start Hyde. Because yeah, Hyde. A lot of dump offs, a lot of opportunities. It's not gonna be that easy with two running backs splitting in a bad situation. It's not going to be a pretty game against the Niners. Trust me. It's not with AJ Green, Hopkins, and Kyler Murray. With their situations, it's not going to be easy. Oh, see, I mean, you're asking me to mind read Calvin Ridley. Um, this is what I know. He's going to be out at least 3 weeks. This is not an easy fix. He could be back 3 weeks. He could never play football again the rest of his life. And that's the facts. That's what it is. So anybody who assumes that, like, unless you know Calvin Ridley or you're in his inner circle, so unless you know something else, nobody should assume anything because we don't know anything. So those are just the facts. You just have to make a decision. Me, I have him in 2 leagues. You can put him on IR, and I'm keeping him for now. Like, if he comes back, like, hey, I'm starting him. That's for sure. Burrow or Dak? First of all, why do you have both those guys? I feel like you need to trade one. But for now, we're starting. We're starting Dak. We're starting Dak. We don't bench Dak. Let's see. We got the news from Chris Muse. How do I put? What's the best way to post the news? Bring up Facebook. A bit risque. There we go. What's the best way to? Chocolate chip cookies. All right, man. That sounds good. Let's go with Swift and Kittle. I don't know. Yeah, if CMC plays, you start him. That's right. That's because you're offering the wrong one, dude. You got to offer Dak. Come on. People just see you gotta go against the grain, dude. You gotta offer the one that people want. I traded for Burrow, so in one league because I did this a couple weeks ago. I just bought myself at least one W with that, by the way. So, um, yeah, man, you gotta get the one that. Yeah, so if it was me, I would trade for Burrow. I go give me Burrow, right? But if I was you, I'd trade away Dak. You gotta be smart, man. All right, let's read the news report. Um, every week, Chris Smooths posts this. Couch Captain Chris Smooths. All right, let's see what he says. Injury report out. So Dawson Knox is out. All right. What else we got? Odell Beckham Jr. is out and Jack Conklin. Okay. Blake Jarwin and offensive tackle Tyron Smith is out. For the Broncos, Garrett Bowles is out. Texans, Pharaoh Brown and Christian Kirksey is out. The Packers, Dean Lowry is out. For the Chiefs, offensive tackle Mike Rammers is out. Chargers, Asante Samuel, Michael Davis are out. Ooh, hey, Devontae Smith and DFS. Don't tell nobody. I don't want to keep looking stupid. I pick him every week. It doesn't work. Rams defensive tackle Sebastian Joseph Day is out. Vikings defensive tackle Michael Pierce is out. Saints O lineman Andrews Pete's out. Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, and Lorenzo Carter are all out. Jimmy Ward is out for the Niners. My neighbor's birthday. They're blasting music. Tight ends, offensive lineman Nate Davis out. Rashawn Evans out. Latavius Murray's officially doubtful. He ain't playing. Patrick McCarr, I don't know who that guy is. Patrick McCarry's out. Kyler Murray and Hopkins are questionable. We know AJ Green's out. And offensive line Max Garcia. I don't think Kyler's going to play, and I don't think Hopkins is going to play, by the way, just to be clear. More questionable players, Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman, defensive tackle Brandon Williams, Bills, Cole Beasley, Jordan Poyer. Sam Darnold's questionable. Now, he seemed to be clearing or cleared concussion protocol, but he does have a shoulder injury. Peoples Jones is questionable. Clowney's questionable. Denzel Ward's questionable. Amari Cooper and CD's questionable. Okay. I won't read too many of these unless they're fantasy players. James Robinson's questionable. Bobby Trees is questionable. Von Miller questionable. Jalen Ramsey questionable. Tua's questionable. Anthony Barr's questionable. Jonnu Smith's questionable. Shaq Mason. Christian Barmore, Dante Hightower, Kyle Van Noy. All the freaking Patriots are questionable. Kenny Galladay, questionable. Elijah Mitchell, Debo, and D Ford questionable. AJ Brown questionable. He should play. Offensive tackle Taylor Lewan questionable. Henry Ruggs III was also charged with possessing a gun while under the influence and now faces up to 46 years in prison. Oh my God, he's done. By the way, guys, if you do want to subscribe to this, let me drop a link really quick here. You can just subscribe to this. We send this news out almost every day. I'd say five times a week, and it goes straight to your inbox, straight to your email. So let me give this is where you want to sign up. You also become a member on our website. It's pretty simple to do. So what is it? fantasycouch.com/memberships. I think that's it. Or sign up. I don't know. I think that's the same exact link. Yeah, just go fantasycouch.com/memberships, sign up, and then we'll send you this info straight to your inbox. Couch News Report. Yeah, Henry Ruggs, man, up to 46 years in prison. Dolphins place Devontae Parker on IR. Marcus May tore his Achilles with the Jets. Tyler Croft has a lung laceration. Will miss multiple weeks. Odell Beckham Jr. will be waived Monday. Titans signed AP to the active roster. Lions waived Terrell Williams from IR with an injury settlement. Wow. Falcons place Calvin Ridley on the NFI list. NF, whatever that is. He'll miss at least 3 weeks, though. Trevor Siemian will start for the Saints. George Kittle will be activated from IR on Sunday. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins are game time decisions. And, shout out to Monkey Knife Fight for sponsoring the news. News is free. I got offered DJ Moore and Dalvin Cook for Cup and Edmonds. Non-PPR 10 team, and I already have Kamara and D-Hop. Do I take it? Doesn't matter who you have. I like to side with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is a special player because Derrick Henry just got hurt. Everyone knows that, okay? So it's hands down. There's only one big shot fantasy player right now, and that's Cooper Kupp. And for quarterbacks, that's Tom Brady. It's not clear for running back with Derrick Henry's hurt. It's not clear for tight end with Kelsey's last game. It could be Waller from here on out. It could be Pitts. It could be Gesicki. It could be so many options. But my dog's still here. Hi. There's only one king at quarterback. That's Tom Brady, and which isn't that big of a deal because Stafford's still great. Even Jalen Hurts is pretty good. Mahomes is still cool. Josh Allen is still cool. Like, there's a lot of cool quarterbacks. But everyone, I mean, there's only one king, though, really, in my eyes, and that is Cooper Kupp. No Derrick Henry. I mean, Devontae Adams has Jordan Love throwing him the ball. Like, it is definitely Cooper Kupp. And he's that one of one value, right? He's the one. He's Neo in the Matrix. He is the one. Like, when you involve Cooper Kupp in a trade, you better bring a bunch of duffel bags, man. You better bring a pickup truck with towing capabilities. You better bring something to the table. That's not a normal player to trade. That is the player to trade. So I'm with the side with Cooper Kupp. Am I? I don't know. After giving that speech, I'm like, I like the side with Dalvin Cook. Nah. It's Cooper Kupp all day. Yeah, because of what I said. It's Cooper Kupp all day. It's Cooper Kupp, man. It's gotta be Cooper Kupp. Yeah, it's Cooper Kupp for me, dude. For sure. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little news reading. I know anybody could read that, but I thought it'd be cool to read it here. I thought that would be a cool thing to do. Go with Devontae Booker. Trade AJ Brown and Gainwell for Henderson and Sanders. Well, Emmanuel Sanders to me is worthless. Gainwell, he's not worthless, but he's going to be very difficult to predict when to start. And AJ Brown is great, and Henderson is great. So, what do you want, man? Do you need a wide receiver or running back? I'd say you probably need a running back, like every team out there. So, I assume you'd want the Henderson side. Mahomes, Zeke, Daryl Williams, Jefferson, AJ Brown, Mike Williams, Claypool. Yeah, I mean, you really could use the wide receivers, but once Clyde comes back and once Derek Gorse, might get some more carries. Um, yeah, it looks like you're gonna need that running back more, and you got Javante Williams. Yeah, I think you go get Daryl Henderson, and you can always find a wide receiver. Because Clyde Edwards Hilaire's coming back, and then the Chiefs go on bye. Now what are you gonna do? Like, Chiefs still have their bye week. Did the Broncos have their bye week? I don't think they did. I could be mistaken though. Yeah, so both you're running, or not both, but like, yeah, I guess it doesn't really. The Chiefs doesn't really matter, but Yeah, Javante still has his bye week. Yeah, I think you'd rather get a running back. You got wide receiver depth now, and you won't after this trade, unfortunately. But yeah, I would make that. I'd go get Joe Henderson. At least he's a solid running back. How do you feel about Kamara going forward? I mean, what's really changed, right? Simeon's at the helm. Mark Ingram's there. Basically, take Kamara's Kamara. Um, I think Kamara owners are rejoicing a little bit relieved that Taysom Hill is not at the helm. So I think you're good to go, man. I really think it's the same old Kamara, and Mark Ingram will eat into his carries a little bit, which is a good thing. That's right. We don't want guys getting hurt. Probably a good idea that running backs don't go so hard for you know 50 snaps a game. Like it's crazy. Like these guys need to chill a little bit. It's an 18-week season. It's brutal out there, man. They're getting tackled by 2, 3, 4 players every play. They're pass blocking. Like they need a break. So Mark Ingram was one of the most perfect signings for any team. Reunited on the Saints again. And it's going to really help Kamara stay healthy and fresh. What's up, everyone? Just joining the live stream, just chilling late night, answering some fantasy questions. I think we'll end it in a little bit here. I think we got another question. Start Dylan or Gainwell. We're going to go with Gainwell here. I know you're scared, man. Don't worry. I got your back. We're going with Gainwell over A.J. Dillon. Waller or Kittle. For me, this is easy. It's the same answer I had in the beginning of the year. Definitely the same answer now. It's Darren Waller, and it's not really close at all because everything I said about Waller versus Kittle has come true. Like literally everything. Kittle's better blocker, not going to get as many targets. Raiders defense not the best. They're gonna throw the ball, and then one more pleasant surprise. Derek Carr's crushing it. He's throwing a ton of pass yards, and so almost leading the league in pass yards, other than Brady. And also was like on top of that, one guy stayed healthy for every game, and one guy keeps getting hurt, and Kittle gets hurt, and right now Henry Ruggs is off the team, and that means those other guys are going to get one more target each. So Zay Jones is going to get, three more targets. Renfro's going to get one more target. Brian Edwards is going to get another target, and Darren Waller is going to get another target. And so that means more targets for Darren Waller. And getting one more target per game, that's a big deal, by the way. That's a big deal, So it's easily Darren Waller. No, this is a messy game, my friend. This is a war. There's going to be casualties. There's going to be blood. There's going to be limbs flying, right? This is messy. This isn't me, giving a cozy hug, holding your hand, telling you everything's going to be good. This is a war, man. This is a war where it's going to get messy, and you're just going to have to try to win the most battles to win the war. And Gainwell is the better or the lesser of two evils. It's to me it's not that hard of a decision. I get how it could be close, but I'm definitely going Gainwell. I just did a DFS video where I broke down why Gainwell is a really good pick in tournaments. And so if you do want to watch that, but essentially the Lions game, it was the most lopsided game of the year. Gainwell got 0 targets in the pass game, just summing it up. And a lot of unlikely things. And now that they face the Chargers, it's going to be totally different game script. Like, not even. The Chargers and the Eagles, the Chargers and the Lions are not the same team. They're not. It's not going to be 44-6 or whatever it was. Do you think Stephon Diggs is going to produce more rest of the season? Feels like he is the middle of the pack, top wide receiver. I think it'll be this way because if you asked me 4 weeks ago, I would have said, oh, yeah, go get Diggs. He's going to be better. He hasn't, and it's going to stay this way. You can expect 12 to 20 fantasy points from him. Like, he's going to be good every week. But those big numbers where we'd see him often get 30 points per game, those days are gone. It's not there, especially when Dawson Knox comes back. But this week, Cole Beasley's hurt. I have no idea how hurt he is. So maybe Diggs absolutely goes off this week. I have a gut feeling Diggs is going to go off this week, by the way. So I like him this week, but I don't know after that. We've seen a lot of Zach Moss. We've seen a lot of Singletary. We've seen a lot of Sanders some games, and then the other games we see a lot of Cole Beasley, and we've seen a whole lot of Dawson Knox before he got injured. So there's a lot of other options. It's not the same team. On top of that, the Bills' defense is elite. They are amazing, and last year they were not good. So they had to throw the ball, and Josh Allen had to put the team on his back every game. Not saying they were down every game, but it was like Josh Allen, you're gonna have to throw the ball because our defense sucks. And so they were throwing the ball, and he was running a lot. Josh Allen was. It's not the same this year. This year the defense is handling it, and they're doing a very good job. A lot better than a lot of other defenses we thought. Like Washington, their defense is a joke. They suck. Yeah, they can't do anything. So, yeah, I guess we'll end it there. Appreciate you guys. What are we doing tomorrow? Beat the brain. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you do want the news sent straight to your inbox, go ahead and sign up. I'm still holding on to Trey Lance in one league, but it's probably not worth it anymore, to be honest. So if you are in a crunch and you got to drop him, I give you my blessing. But yeah, I just dropped the link right there. So if you do want to subscribe to our email list and get the Couch News Report for free, sent straight to your inbox, go to fancycouch.com/memberships and just sign up. It's absolutely free. Just got to give us your email and we're good to go. All right, guys. I'm going to end it there. Good luck this week. Let's go get that W, Couch fam.